Hi, good evening. How are you doing? My name is Dinakar. I am the founder of Samuthana and the inventor of DoHow, a methodology for achieving challenging goals. Could be top line, could be bottom line, and anything in between that. And as you're achieving those goals, our methodology or my methodology, which I've invented, ensures that the competencies of people get built up, starting with aligning everybody towards one common goal. And after that, we work on personal, professional, and people competencies. And as that gets improved, the goal gets achieved. And of course, to do that, there is a lot of things involving, including target deployment, reviews, handholding, and everything is part of that. And we have been able to deliver plus 20% increase in revenue on the top line side and 15% increase in the bottom line on the profitability side to our clients in the last 8 years. So if you're interested, please do check out, and you can get in touch with us, and I would be more than happy to help you out. And this is the link to our e-brochure, and also it's mentioned in the text of the social media shares. You can also click on that link and then check it out. And in doing so, you could also join me live every day in the evening, because I am basically talking about various topics from my toolkit for execution excellence. And in doing so, I would be more than happy to have a dialogue with you. So I call this as live dialogue with Dinakar. Till now, I have not really had anybody come live with me. I'd be more than happy to have somebody live so that we can discuss and chat about these tools and topics, and what your experiences have been and what your successes have been. You can share your wisdom to the others, so let the entire world benefit from that. So that's the objective of dialogue with Dinakar. It's called as a live dialogue with Dinakar. To join on this live dialogue with Dinakar, you need to really type out dinakarmurthy.com/live in any browser. And once you have done that, it directly takes you to the StreamYard page, where you need to allow your video and audio to be accessed by StreamYard. Otherwise, we can't see your picture and you can't hear your sound. So once you've done that, you join and you come on live with me on the same screen, and then we would be talking to each other, something similar to a Zoom meeting. That's the basic idea, and that's the way it works. And if you're interested, please do join. And today's topic is something very, very common, very simple. It is called as 5 Why. Deepak, thanks a lot for finding it very nice. So let's talk about 5 Why. And if you want to join, again, go to any browser. Could be from a mobile device, could be from a computer, desktop, laptop, whichever be the device you have got. Type in dinakarmurthy.com/live, enter, and it will take you to the StreamYard screen. And from there, you need to join by allowing access to the video and the audio, so that your video can be seen and also the audio can be heard. So thanks a lot for that. And let me talk about 5 Why. What is 5 Why? It's a very simple methodology. One of the various methodologies for finding out the cause of any effect. This is one part of the 7 quality tools. You can call it as a very, very robust methodology. The way one would go about is asking why 5 times, and this is something which is quite common. You start getting practice to ask the question why, and it will be a different world altogether. You're going to be enjoying every second of your life. Why is something which is one of the core answers that our human mind wants when we are trying to discover something, when you're trying to invent, when you're trying to learn, be inquisitive. And being inquisitive is part of our human mind, because the human mind was born with the drive to learn. And that's why I keep telling in my mindset videos that we are all born with about 2,500 synapses, whereas as adults we get to close to about close to about 10,000 synapses per neuron, whereas as a baby we just have about 2,500 synapses. This increase in the synapses is the learning that happens in our life, lifelong activity. And that's something which is a phenomenal life experience that one could have, continuous learning. And to be able to continuously learn, the key is to ask the question why. And here we're talking about asking the question five times why. What is the principle here? The basic idea is the following. Let us say you had a problem and you ask the first why, and the first why could lead to some other answers, and then you ask another why, and then the third answer, and then why again, and the fourth answer, and then the why again, and the fifth answer. Generally, by the time you come to the fifth answer, you would have found out what the real problem is. Today I was talking to one of our clients, where there is a effect on one of the defects which they are seeing. And we realize today that there is something which is visible, because the incoming uh, uh, characteristics of that particular material is different in two different plants. And because the incoming characteristic, we first of all, it took us almost about 3 to 4 months to identify which characteristic to check, and that itself was a big challenge. And once we identified which characteristic to check, we checked that. And I use Zoho Creator, and that's a very powerful platform for getting people to make reports. See, like I said, when in our journey to reaching the target, it's not just a cakewalk of making one or two lectures and then giving high fives and then patting on the back, and it's really hard work. So one of the biggest what should I say, differentiators is that we have our own way of collecting data. And this data collection is not only for me, it's also for the reviews. So that once you have got the data collected, and Zoho Creator is fantastic. You can create outstanding dashboards. Very simple. It's what is called as a low code platform. And in that low code platform, I create review charts and graphs. And then graph is something which is so alarming and so amazing, because when you have a graph, then you can see a trend. And today, in fact, in the afternoon, when I was talking to one of our clients, you see in the graph, it was such a mind opener for all the people there. There was a graph on NCs. NC is called as non-conformance. And in various areas, in continuous improvement, there were non-conformances. In the audit, the process audit, there were non-conformances. In Jishu Hussain, there was non-conformance. Jishu Hussain is autonomous maintenance. Then there was non-conformance in patrolling audit. Patrolling audit is again another word which many of the smaller companies use for an auditor going around the factory and then going around the shop floor and doing some audit at random. So all these had non-conformances. And what was interesting was we'd always see static data. Now, when we saw the data over 5 weeks, and 5 weeks consistently, the total number of non-conformances being more or less the same, was really quite alarming. And that's something which is what that changed the perception in the discussion. Without me asking, the plant manager said that, look, Dinakar, I think this item that we need to really find out what's happening. And then this is a fantastic thing which I have got. And with this, I'm going to now do that every day in the morning. I basically put that on the screen. It's all online. It's real time. It is moment you key in the data, it gets updated there. And it's a mobile app. Because it's a mobile app, there is no need for any desktop or anything like that, and it works online and offline. So a lot of advantages are there. And these are all things which I keep telling in a very light way, but they are the key differentiators. Imagine having a situation where you can't really update the data because it doesn't work online, or it doesn't work and it doesn't get synced. Things of this kind have really burned my fingers in a pretty bad way. There was one of our cluster customers who was into horticulture, and there we wanted to get some kind of a data tracking done and the reporting done online using technology for the gardeners. So gardeners, most of them would have been 6th or 7th standard pass, and many of them have never gone to school. But then the challenge was to get them to start using technology to tell everybody as to what they are doing. And for that we use a different platform that's called as Do Forms. That's a different platform which I use to get the data collected and data captured. And look at it, all these things are required. Why am I telling 5Y? Because all these things are required to make sure that the data gets captured, and then asking the 5Y makes a lot of sense. I started by telling that one of our customers had this wow experience today, because we identified the difference in the particular value of a characteristic for a particular component material, and that difference in the characteristic between the two plants led to a different outcome, and outcome was different in both the plants, and we could establish a correlation. And knowing this correlation, now you know where the problem is. And once you know where the problem is, all of us are nice, right? We can directly pinpoint and find a solution. That's what happened. Therefore, asking the question 5 times why will lead you to finding characteristics which are not really followed at all. Will lead you to finding decisions which are taken in the organization which were possibly not done in a holistic way. Multiple such experiences one would have. The most easiest thing is to start doing it tomorrow onwards. In fact, with another client of ours, I keep whenever we do the do house session. See, my typical engagement is every 2 weeks I have a 2-hour do house session with every client, and this is with all the people who are involved in achieving a particular outcome. I said the objective is to achieve an outcome, and there the first thing which I do is to do a survey which says, did you ask pick up any problem, the biggest problem you have got in your life, in your department. Did you pick up that problem and ask the question 5 whys with your team and found out what the root cause is? And it's startling. In 2 weeks, about two-thirds of them do that, one-third doesn't do that. And you tell me, is it possible that we are simply sleeping and then allowing the problems to dominate us? And that's the way we have been brought up, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Asking question why was always snubbed in colleges, in schools. The teacher didn't want to be asked why. Parents didn't want you to ask why. And asking a question why is difficult. And once you have got used to it, it's fun. It's outstandingly hilarious, outstandingly enlightening, and outstandingly inspiring to ask the question why. And that's something which is very, very nice. And with that, I would come to the end of today's talk on 5 why. Do ask the question why. It's as simple as that. There is no rocket science in that. Ask the question 5 times to find out the root cause. So with that, let me now get back to talking on tomorrow's topic, which is about instructions. What kind of instructions would you give to the workplaces in manufacturing? 5 why is something which can be used for any industry, any context. You can use that. These instructions are more applicable for manufacturing. Again, if you're interested, please do join me by clicking on dinakarmurthy.com/live tomorrow at 8:30 Indian Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Otherwise, you can also click on the link provided in the social media, and then you can go to my where do I go there? You need to disconnect this. You can go to my e-brochure, which I said. You can go to the e-brochure also. In the e-brochure also, there is a link. Let me just show it to you very briefly today. I would just remove this. Then I will share the screen once again. I have to share this screen, then I go here, and after that, I will show you where you can find it. You go to dinakarmurthy.com. This is something which you are seeing on my screen. And then you need to go to the e-brochure, which is here. And once you go to the e-brochure, join live with Dinakar at 20:30 ISD on weekdays. Just click on that. Then it will take you to the StreamYard site, the way you see here. And it basically starts up. Now, since I'm already working there, it won't my StreamYard will basically work. It's both working together, so therefore it won't really make any sense. So once you have entered there, just enter Broadcast Studio, put your name, enter the Broadcast Studio, and then you come live with me on the live window which you see here. Now I need to stop sharing this, otherwise there will be a resonance. So you can come live on this screen, and then both of us can chat. So with that, thanks a lot. And for those of you in India, have a nice evening. For those of you outside India, have a great day ahead, and see you both tomorrow at 8:30 Indian Standard Time. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.